Hello everyone, welcome to the third episode of Praxis and Practice, where we take the examples and the experience of our students who apply classroom learnings into real world. Today we have Rohan Verma, who has completed his summer internship with ICICI Mutual Fund. Hi Rohan.
Hello sir.
Hi, welcome to this show.
Thank you sir.
So we will talk about your internship in details. Okay. Let me ask you the first question. Rohan, the first question is that markets can be really volatile, right? And especially during this time wherein markets are really unpredictable, right? What were you trying to solve in your project? During this time.
Okay. Yeah. So first of all, thank you so much, sir, for giving me this opportunity to share my internship experience in this platform. So we have some kind of preconceived notions and assumption about investor behavior, like how they react in volatile markets, when they panic, when they start withdrawing their mutual fund investments, etc. But these are still on the cliches or assumption level. Have we ever tested on ground with real data and statistical tools? So this question really ignited my mind to let's look out what the investor on the ground thinks about that. So I carried out a primary survey of more than 200 respondents using the snowball sampling method to really check what the investor behave during the different market volatility conditions.
So you have studied more than 200 investors, right? And definitely there were some changes, some differences. So do you find any difference and any insights during this kind of search?
Okay. So definitely I found a lot of insights during this search. Some were really confirming to the preconceived notions and assumption about the investor behavior, and some were really surprising, which really stood out. So the insights which were confirming to the ongoing assumptions were I took two variables. One was the risk tolerance of the investors, and on the second part I regressed it against that what percentage of the savings allocation they are allocating to the mutual fund. So I found a fairly positive relationship that as the investors' risk tolerance increases, they allocate more and more funds to the markets. Also, I took one of the dependent variable as the investment continuation behavior during market volatility. If the markets are down, whether the investor is willingly to take out his investment or he is more proclive to increase the investment. So again, as the risk tolerance increases of the investor, they are more likely to increase or continue their investment. And these insights were really confirming to the notions which we all have. But one interesting insight which I got was basically I took 5 independent variables this time. These independent variables were comprehensively judging the consumer persona of an investor, like trust in the AMC, investment horizon, and how conscious were you when you started your investment. So surprisingly, I found that the level of consciousness which the person was when he started his investment is negatively related to his investment continuation behavior. So I found this very surprising. So I hypothesized that people who have started their investment without much thought, like some advice from friends and families, they are less emotionally attached to their investment. So and in some cases they also forget their investment. So there is more tendency to continue their investment or sometimes even increase during market volatility. On the other hand, those who have lots of emotional stake in their investment are panic easily and they tend to remove their investment. So this was my finding.
That was a really interesting insight. Thank you. So Rohan, last and final one from my side, and my favorite one too. So if I were a recruiter and watching you today, why should I hire Rohan Verma?
That's a really interesting question, sir. So I think, sir, these days recruiters are not actually running behind marks or academic excellence. They are choosing those candidates, those have business exposure, those who understand the business, and they have more importantly worked on the ground. So in my internship during the ICICI Mutual Fund internship, I have done exactly the same. I have interacted with relationship managers, with customers, with bankers, with brokers and other intermediaries, and I have actually understood the business in the overall sense. So I think from the day one of my professional journey, these things will definitely help me add value to the corporation.
Thank you so much. That was really interesting. Thank you, Rohan.
Thank
for
you, sir.
taking us through your journey at ICICI Mutual Funds. And thank you all the viewers for watching us today, and do share, like and subscribe. Thank you so much.